The Tudor dynasty was one of the most famous and impactful royal families in English history, ruling England from 1485 to 1603. The Tudor period is marked by significant political, religious, and cultural changes, which laid the groundwork for modern Britain. The Tudor family was of Welsh origin. The dynasty was founded by Owen Tudor, a Welsh courtier who married Catherine of Valois, the widow of King Henry V of England. Their grandson, Henry Tudor, would become the first Tudor king. The Tudors rose to power during the Wars of the Roses, a series of civil wars between the rival houses of Lancaster and York, both branches of the royal house of Plantagenet. Henry Tudor, representing the Lancastrian claim, defeated King Richard III of York at the Battle of Bosworth Field in 1485. Henry VII, born Henry Tudor, who became the first Tudor king after defeating Richard III at Bosworth Field. His marriage to Elizabeth of York, the daughter of Edward IV, helped unite the warring factions and solidify the Tudor claim to the throne. Henry VII worked to strengthen the monarchy and reduce the power of the nobility, who had been heavily involved in the Wars of the Roses. He established a strong financial foundation for the crown and implemented policies to centralize power, including the use of the Star Chamber to deal with rebellious nobles. Henry VII was a shrewd diplomat, securing alliances through marriages. He arranged the marriage of his eldest son, Arthur, to Catherine of Aragon, the daughter of the Catholic monarchs of Spain. After Arthur's death, his younger son, Henry, was betrothed to Catherine. Henry VIII is one of the most famous English kings, known for his 6 marriages and his role in the English Reformation. Desiring a male heir, Henry sought to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon when she failed to produce a son. When the Pope refused, Henry broke with the Roman Catholic Church and established the Church of England, with himself as its supreme head. The 6 wives of Henry VIII are Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife and the mother of Mary I. Their marriage was annulled after 24 years. Anne Boleyn, Henry's second wife and the mother of Elizabeth I. She was executed on charges of treason, adultery, and incest. Jane Seymour, Henry's third wife and the mother of Edward VI. She died shortly after childbirth. Anne of Cleves, Henry's fourth wife, whom he married for political reasons but quickly divorced. Catherine Howard, Henry's fifth wife, executed for adultery. Catherine Parr, Henry's sixth and final wife, who outlived him. Henry's establishment of the Church of England led to the dissolution of monasteries and significant religious changes across England. These changes were motivated by both theological and financial reasons, as the crown seized monastic lands and wealth. Henry VIII pursued military glory through wars with France and Scotland. His reign also saw the construction of a powerful navy, laying the foundations for England's future maritime dominance. Edward VI, the son of Henry VIII and Jane Seymour, was a staunch Protestant. His short reign saw the further establishment of Protestantism in England. The Book of Common Prayer, introduced during his reign, standardized Protestant worship in the English language. As Edward was only 9 years old when he became king, his reign was governed by a regency council, with his uncle, Edward Seymour, Duke of Somerset, serving as Lord Protector. Later, John Dudley, Duke of Northumberland, took control of the regency. Edward VI was in poor health for much of his life and died at the age of 15. To prevent the return of Catholicism under his half-sister Mary, he named Lady Jane Grey, a Protestant cousin, as his successor. However, Jane's reign lasted only 9 days before Mary took the throne. Mary I, the daughter of Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon, sought to return England to Roman Catholicism. She reversed many of her father's religious reforms and restored papal authority over the Church of England. Mary's reign is often remembered for the persecution of Protestants, earning her the nickname Bloody Mary. Over 280 Protestants were executed during her reign, including prominent figures like Thomas Cranmer, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Mary's marriage to Philip II of Spain was highly unpopular in England, as many feared Spanish influence and domination. The marriage produced no heirs, and Mary's attempts to restore Catholicism ultimately failed. During Mary's reign, England lost Calais, its last possession in France, which had been held since the Hundred Years' War. This loss was a significant blow to national pride. Elizabeth I, the daughter of Henry VIII and Boleyn, established the Elizabethan religious settlement, which sought a middle way between Catholicism and Protestantism. The Church of England was firmly established as Protestant, but with practices that retained some Catholic traditions. One of the most famous events of Elizabeth's reign was the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. The attempted invasion by Spain was seen as a divine deliverance for Protestant England and solidified Elizabeth's reputation as a strong and capable ruler. Elizabeth's reign is often referred to as the Elizabethan Age, a period of cultural flourishing in England. It saw the rise of English literature, particularly the works of William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser. It was also a time of exploration, with figures like Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh expanding English influence overseas. Elizabeth never married, earning her the title the Virgin Queen. Her refusal to marry and produce an heir led to uncertainty about the succession, but she skillfully managed her court and used marriage negotiations as a diplomatic tool. Elizabeth's cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots, was seen as a Catholic rival to the English throne. After years of imprisonment in England, Mary was implicated in plots against Elizabeth and was executed in 1587. Elizabeth I died in 1603 without an heir, ending the Tudor dynasty. She was succeeded by James VI of Scotland, who became James I of England, uniting the crowns of England and Scotland and beginning the Stuart dynasty.